There's a person that I met a while ago, and not even kidding, they were fucking drop dead gorgeous. Like fucking drop dead gorgeous, and also like pretty much like every interaction, no matter how fucking small or insignificant the time window, I was like, oh, wow. I was like, it's pretty fucking cool. You're amazing. I was like, thank you. Like, and then for whatever reason, I know where they are. I can go speak to them at any time. But like, reality just doesn't allow it. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, it's too much. But one of the things they said was like, basically like, they were like, keep it dry. And I was like, on so many levels, I was like, that's like, I was like, perfect. Because like I'm jerking off all the time, right? I'm jerking off all the time. And it's just like, yeah. And then two, in terms of like, getting what you want, like if you're rewarding, basically like, if your abusers are essentially like we want you to like be annoyed, we want you to be annoyed and like be frustrated and express yourself and stuff, and I'm like, okay, you want me to express myself? Like, and I'm like, okay, like, but then I'm like, I can't really do anything other than express myself when I'm in a state of duress. And if I'm in a state of duress, I'm going to express myself. I'm going to be very vocal, being like, ow, 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 right? But like, keeping it dry realistically is like the biggest challenge, you know? It's the biggest fucking challenge, because like, it's like, how do you basically... You don't want to like necessarily like sassafras your fucking tormentors, right? So you want to keep it as dry as possible. And you know what? Like, this may sound like pretty sassy or whatever, or dramatic and stuff like that, but like, considering like what I've been through, like this is like the driest fucking stuff I can possibly produce, right? At all times. But yeah, anyways, like, that person who said that to me, like, knows who they are. Like, I'm not even sure. Like, I'm like, you know what? Like, I can't get like any kind of emotionally invested in them, because I'm like, yeah, just knowing the stuff I know, I'm like, I have to focus on the people that I already know, right? So when you meet someone new and they just like essentially blow you away, you're going like, I'm sorry, like, I've already been blown away by a bunch of people that I knew before you, right? And they did the same thing to me, right? They did the same thing you're doing, like, right now, or that you did, like, you know, in our recent interactions or whatever, and I'm going, like, there's no chance, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm sure the same thing is happening to you, too, right? Where... You know, like, you'll meet someone and they'll blow you away, and then you'll have memories essentially like of being blown away, and then like in terms of like amazed, and then like later on going like, oh, they totally changed and I don't know what variables, like everything just fell apart and I couldn't control it, they couldn't control it, like they got super angry, I didn't understand why, the situation got fucked up, like, and there's like no explanation as to why, and it's just like, well, how do we prevent that from happening again? And it's just like, unfortunately, it's like sitting and thinking and basically like reaching out and basically like, you know, trying to communicate if you can, and then if you can't communicate, a lot of people can't necessarily communicate. Like, what did we do before we had phones? Like, I don't know, you know, like, and I'm like, this is bad. This is really bad, because I'm like, I think we, like, if we focus on how, because what ended up happening is, like, my opinion is that the people who blew me away weren't actually, they're not the same, basically, equal and opposite force that led to us separating. Like, I'm refusing to, because I'm like, if they were getting angry at me, right, if they were saying that I was the problem, right, I'll be like, okay, like, I can definitely understand and appreciate, like, how I'm the problem with regards to maybe something going wrong, but at the same time, I'm like, it's like, I was like, you know what, like, I know in my heart of hearts that wasn't my intention, You know, like my intention is actually like, you know, having like a healthy relationship, and if that's distance right now, that's okay, right? But like at the same time, like the reasons as to why you're separated from your loved ones is undefined, and it's not willing to define itself because it doesn't want to be defined. And I'm like, okay, so we're basically subject to an anonymous force that's doing essentially terrorist acts on your relationships, among other things. Like among other things, I mean, like, you know, there's terrorist attacks on my sanity at all times, like, too. But like I'm like yeah, like it's completely anonymous, so like I can't do anything about it, you know. But like it's upsetting when basically the stuff that affects your sanity, right, also affects like the people around you. That's like deeply upsetting for me, is like when the stuff that's affecting up here starts to affect everyone else, and I'm like, that's unacceptable, right? And I'm happy to, like, I'm the first one to go like, all right, well, you know what, like, you got a problem with me, like, I'm happy to fucking shoot myself, like, please, like, give me a fucking gun and I will bang, like, it's done, right? Like,